It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars at LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. BYU about to kick it off as we get this game started. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They think they can create space here with the run to the right. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. And the Horned Frogs want to move quickly.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Let's talk for just a second about TCU. They've climbed into the top 25. Nothing has been given to these guys, but they're quickly becoming a problem for everybody else.
Well, they are, and they earned that number.
Breaks into the open. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
When receivers are running slant routes against man coverage, sometimes you get open using speed, but sometimes it's pure physicality. This receiver does a great job using his hands, and then he's able to fight his way to the inside. At the end of the day, he just wanted that football more.
Leaves it with the running back. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets stuck.
It's a running room. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Find the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So BYU's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one, David.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Cougars come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. The give to the fullback. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Those fullbacks are grown men. Those guys are constantly hitting linebackers and blocking the whole entire game. So when you get a chance to give the big boy the ball, it's always, and you know what it is? It's a morale boost for everybody on the whole field. Everybody gets jacked up, and he finally gets to touch the football.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Finds his big tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. And the Cougars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. Got his man. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
Out of the shotgun on third down. Quickly complete. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. They marched 78 yards down the field. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Got it in the middle, it's Hardy. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Third down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team.
The QB sneak has been around for 4,000 years. Obviously some exaggeration, but so hard to stop. Quarterback gets it, starts to burrow behind that offensive line, and now you got the push behind with these guys. It's almost impossible to stop.
Looking downfield on first down. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Complete to the left. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. I mean, in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
The Horned Frogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run.
Ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. And he had an opportunity opportunity there to make something out of nothing, but things just got sideways and the ball came free.
I just like the effort on defense, okay? They couldn't get to the quarterback initially in the pocket. He starts scrambling, and they don't quit. You saw all of the effort of everybody pursuing the QB, catching up to him, and then creating the fumble. Awesome job.
The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
The Cougars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. That pass is incomplete, but this has been a period in which the offenses have shined. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. And how about this call and excellent timing between the quarterback and running back on the angle route.
And how nice is it, Reese, on offense to have running backs that can catch the football, right? In these types of situations, on 3rd down, they can help your drives continue. They can give another element to this offense the defense has to work.
Turning it on! They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
It's a draw. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And they sniff that draw out. With a draw unit, you really have to sell that pass like you're going to throw the ball down the field. But the defensive line, the defense was not biting it. You could tell they were ready for it. Came, got on the running back, got him on the ground quick, fast, and in a hurry.
The Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
That's a big missed opportunity by the defense there, guys. If he's able to make that interception, all of a sudden their offense is back on the field. But now, because he dropped it, it's still 4th down. And, of course, they're in field goal range.
And this one splits the uprights. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. When you're playing from behind, you can't afford to give it up the way they did the last drive, David.
No doubt. You cannot give the football away. Again, turnovers are the biggest stats in winning and losing games. You're behind, Palmer. Take care of the ball, but we got to go get a score here.
Yeah, and they just got to do a better job executing. I like the game plan so far for them, but they just need to go out and do a better job connecting the dots.
Wants to go up top. They've got the screen set up. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game. Yeah, just move the ball on the field, just execute a little better. No need to panic. Move the football. We got the lead. such a good
How about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He gets nothing, and you're staying stubborn with the running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire. You just smash your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you have to throw the ball back.
Waste 2 minute time out, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. While they dial up on second, a long way to go. Back to pass. Unleashes one. And the pass is incomplete. Charge loose by the hit.
The quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but he was hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Horned Frogs will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. Playing the field position game as he makes the fair catch right at the 50. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Finds his big tight end. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. BYU right back to the line. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Tight end finds a soft spot. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Looking to throw on first down. Found the spot in the defense. Touchdown, BYU! He got loose and it was lights out after that.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Snags a quick pass on the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Tempo and overdrive. Second down, he'll throw it. He'll pull it down. Get the touchdown, get the first down, or just get down. And the quarterback does. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, he wants it all. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Horned Frogs will punt it away on fourth down. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. He will make the fair catch just a few yards shy of midfield. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw on first down. Intercepted, number 19. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. They've given up some big plays in this first half, and they're down on the scoreboard right now. Something positive needed to happen. Maybe that's the interception that changes the momentum in this game. It's now up to their offense to try and score some points here.
Breaks away on the left. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest. And
the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
We haven't even gotten to halftime yet. This offense has their hands full trying to keep this quarterback standing up straight. They've already given up multiple sacks. That's the biggest reason why they're trailing by as much as they are. They better go in at halftime and make some big-time adjustments.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. They'll immediately call timeout. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
And they'll send 5 wide receivers out, maybe creating some room for the quarterback to run. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. Maybe they ought to try to score from deep. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away, and it'll be fourth down. So they won't get a touchdown, but a chance to put something on the board before halftime. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. On fourth down, they'll try to get something out of this drive before the end of the half. Absolutely perfect. Now down 2 touchdowns, 24-10.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Provo. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to our broadcast team inside Lavelle Edwards Stadium.
We'll try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start. There he goes! And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
To the air on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Looking to throw on first down. Quick strike complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. You want to talk about building a drive around a guy. First on the ground and now using him in the passing game.
Yeah, and you get so much bang for your buck because you can split him out wide. You can fake it to him and throw it. And this is the guy that really stretches the field and makes you decide how you want to defend him. Linebacker or safety, whatever it is, it's usually not good enough when he's receiving the ball out of the backfield.
BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. They'll go to the toss. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. They've already put 1 field goal on the board. This one will need to be well struck from 44 yards out. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And that will extend their lead even further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Unloads to the wideout. And the deflection by the defense. Great play on 3rd down brings us to 4th. And the Horned Frogs will punt this one away. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. To the air on 1st down. He's got the tight end. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Quickly complete. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
Yeah, and some quarterbacks just read your mail. And Palmer, it looked like he read blitz all the way and knew his answer.
Yeah, David, you could tell this guy spent a lot of time studying film leading up to this game. They knew this defense was going to try to pressure him, so you want to know where your answers are against the blitz, and he found it there, dumping it off to his back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Finds his back in the middle. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Toss sweep to the left. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
And you don't always see tosses into the boundary. Most people want to go to the wide side of the field. Defense was ready. Not as much space when you go wide out there, but more importantly, the defense doing a great job winning, setting the edge, running to the football, shutting the toss down.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's on target and complete. We've reached the break. BYU is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They go back to work in the final period of this one. It's a draw. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Cougars! And the stomping has commenced. They put up another score here in the 4th, and they are well on their way to an 11-1 regular season. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, I believe someone calls it the Conference of Champions. Pac-12 action today. Oregon has some work to do, but go against this team at your own risk. The program who played in the first ever CFP championship is always a threat to come back. They're trailing by just 2 to Cal. We'll keep you posted on a Pac-12 showdown that, not surprisingly, guys, is already trending.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Swings it out to his running back. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. So now it's 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long, ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. And a big deflection on 3rd down, forces a 4th down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the first down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
Throws to the wideout. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. Got it. The Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Got it set up on the outside. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. And the Horned Frogs are threatening on 1st and goal. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Hauls it in. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You got to take shots offensively.
And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on 3rd and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
Man, they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes, but 4th and short. Now, decision time, baby.
He'll set up to throw. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, TCU! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. They want to see if they can score the deuce. He wants to throw it. Using the quick game. He gets in there for the 2-point conversion, and now we have a 2-possession game. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football.
Oh, he's got some space. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Well, there's another outstanding run. You've been seeing that all season long. I think we all expected this guy to be really good as a true freshman. I don't know if anybody expected this. The fact that he's in the Heisman race as a true freshman, that's just ridiculous.
Give to the fullback. Looks as if BYU will have a 1st down.
One thing you know with this guy, fullback, he's not going to fumble the football. And I think that's why they're handing it off to him in the 4th quarter with the lead.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The give as they work on that clock.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down.
Here we go.
Back to pass. Gets it to him on the screen. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Cougars are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. He's brought down at the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for a first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. BYU with the 1st and 10.
Here we go. Kill.
Looking for a gap. It's Kruger. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Try to get it to the edge. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You want to bring in your tight ends? You want to bring in more beef for that offensive line? I'm going to bring in more beef. Nice job by the defense understanding the situation. Red zone, field shrinks. I need more bigger personnel on the field, some big guys that can stop the run. Played the run well. Great job by the defense understanding the situation.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. And they didn't need the extra points, but maybe just a chance to stick it to them right here a little bit at the end. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.